So now we're going to set about to edit show control gateway. There's a couple of different ways you can go in to edit it. I've shown this before, but if you jumped ahead and you just want to do show control, I'm still going to show you how to get in. You can right click and edit configuration. You can have one selected and edit configuration from here. You can control E. In all gateways, you can double click, and don't forget you can filter and just see show control gateways, which does give you access to the SMPTE group ID, the MIDI receive group ID, and the MIDI transmit group ID. So you can edit those here individually. So now let's go ahead and edit this device config. There's 3 tabs in this. We'll go through those in sequence. Top, here's the software version all the way out. The name, you can edit here, Trillion. I like Trillion, we're going to leave that. And then the network addresses. This is the same as the DMX gateways in that you have the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway IP address. And again, these are locked, and you can't even change static or IP from here. But what you can do is click on the lock and net3. Now all the IP address fields of all the devices are now editable. You still can't change this because it's set to dynamic, meaning that it's going to get its IP address from a DHCP server. If we click static now we can edit this, and if we wanted to set up a specific IP address for a specific device, you can do that here. I'm going to leave mine dynamic, and I'm going to lock it back up so it can't be changed. And then down here we have the TFTP server network address. This is the IP address that the gateway will look to download software. Of the 3 options, when you go to update software, there's use the IP address stored in the gateway. This is where you can edit the IP address stored in the gateway if you want to set it to something else. The other 2 options being use this computer's IP address as a place to get it, meaning it will download software from this computer, or you can specify a different one entirely. Then down here we have a couple of different buttons than we do from the DMX gateway. First one is backlight on or off, and you can trust that behind me in a rack there is a show control gateway whose backlight is turning on and off. And then update software will bring up a dialog saying, do you really want to upgrade the software and reboot Trillion? We're not going to do that right now. Reboot to the device and reset the dynamic IP. This means it'll take the DHCP address that it was given, dump it, and go and ask for a new one. If you do that on a network where nothing has really changed, odds are it's going to get back the same IP address again. If you've moved it to a different network, it's not a bad idea to dump it and get a new one just so that everything's good and happy. And now we'll move on to the MIDI SMPTE tab.